Hello everybody, welcome back to SnowRunner, my hard mode challenge, episode 15 in Taimyr, Russian Federation. We're on the Zimnegorsk map. We left off here having completed the peer recovery contract in the last episode, with a little bit of shenanigans, dropping cargo and needing to get a big crane to come and recover the oversized cargo. I'm taking a little bit of a fuel risk at the start of this episode. The Azov has fuel. I need to get it. I need to do a delivery to the north side of the map, to the garage, to the oil field area. But before doing that, I noticed that there's a task that requires two lots of metal beams to be delivered. So I'm just going to I'm going to try and do that. There's some funny bouncy terrain objects in this yard. So yeah, I'm going to load up two lots of metal beams and hope that I've got enough to do this. I really could do with a fuel trailer on the south side of this map, but there's probably not enough to do to warrant me dragging a big trailer down. But I really could do with maybe having a scout carrier down to here. So next time I come down with another vehicle, I might drag a trailer with me. So we're going to load up two lots of metal beams on the loading platform. Get these loaded, because it's pretty close when you look at the map, which I'll do after I've loaded these. Right, pack the cargo. All dark now, unfortunately, but yeah, so this sawmill task requires an oversized cargo, which the Tiger will need to carry, and it also needs two metal beams, but it's just here, so it's literally a short hop over, deliver them here, and then the Azov can come back and load up some cargo containers, and with that, try to get north. Without running out of fuel, so I better get on with it. And then the observant looking at that map will have seen that before starting the recording I have moved the Paystar crane vehicle plus the Tiger both back up to the north garage yard in preparation for loading oversized cargoes, and I think I've got two oversized cargoes to deliver, which I'd like to try and get them both done today if I can, providing I don't drop them. I think it should be feasible. Bit of a sticky bit. Just check I do nowhere. Yeah, it's just literally straight down this road into the sawmill. Oh, why won't it let me attach? I want to attach to that lamppost. It's not giving me an attachment point for that lamppost. Power pole, lamppost, whatever it is. There we go. So if my plan works out, we'll get this sawmill task plus a contract completed today, which will be a big chunk of this map finished. And then I assumed that completing this would unlock the ability to load wooden planks here. Not sure what they're needed for, but yeah. So cargo, metal beams, 1, 2, deliver, done. Now I need to turn around somehow with this fun trailer and go back the way we just came to the next one I'm going to do. Drilling equipment delivery, which I load 2 cargo containers here. So I'll turn this around, get myself into the warehouse, get that loaded, and then we'll pick our way back up to the garage to deliver them. This is even better than most trucks for turning around those little trailers. I think the rear axle steer seems to make a bit of a difference. Right, so here we are at the warehouse. Let's get 2 cargo containers loaded. Cargo on the loading platform. It's the only thing you can get from this loading bay. Let's just pull that trailer a little bit closer. Just reduce the amount of stretch I've got to do with this cargo container. So, this is going to be delivered to the oil field, and the Azov has just under half a tank of fuel. I think that means that I can get there and possibly get there and get out again. So I'm now going to take a chance on it, and if this ends up being a fuel rescue, then so be it. So I'm going to backtrack, come across this way, out to here, and then I'm going to take this route up through this road, the oil field, and I'm sure that just a half tank of fuel will get me there, and probably will get me there and back to the garage, but that'll do for now as the next delivery. So got to attach up my trailer. Pack the cargo and get going. Alright, continuity break there. It's now daylight. I had a delivery, so I had to quickly exit the game and go and answer the door something was being delivered that needed my help to carry it into the house. But it means I get to drive in a little bit of daylight, which it's a bit weird when you exit the game. I normally record my sessions in one take. It's only like 5 minutes has elapsed for me in the real world. But it's funny that when you save the game, it doesn't save the day-night time. When you reload the game, it's a different time of day, which is a bit strange. But anyway, let's crack on with the delivery. I got excited then that trailer. I got excited as I came around the corner that that's a fuel trailer that I hadn't seen before. But no, it looks like that's just a milk trailer prop. I do want to get the active suspension for this. There was comments a couple of videos ago about doing a trip to a Muir to get the active suspension to this. So that's quite a big expedition to try and do that. But I have considered, and as I said in the comment reply that I made, I have been thinking about whether or not I would, instead of after Tamir going on to the next map in the progression being Kola Peninsula, Lake Kolft, I've been thinking about doing a Muir first, because there's not really any reason for me to do the phases in the sequence that developers released them. I could do any order I like, really, as long as I end up 100% complete. So yeah, I am thinking about doing a Muir next, which would give a couple of decent things. One is the active suspension for this truck, which would be really useful. And then the other is the Zix 605, which is another very useful truck. But none of that is related to the special expedition that I teased in the last episode, and I'm still not ready to record that. I've done some planning and thinking about it, but I'm not ready to actually record it yet. Right, don't expect it to build anything on this one, but that is 1, 2. So now we need an oversized cargo. We'll leave the as of here. Jump into the into the Paystar. We'll load the oversized cargo for that particular contract onto the Taiga. And then we'll deliver that, and that'll complete that contract. And then there should be time, as long as I don't have any mishaps, which is a big if, I suppose, to get the other oversized cargo delivered down to the Sawmill. But that'll be a nice bit of progress for this map then. Right, engine off, leave the crane there, jump into the Taiga, pack the cargo, we're full of fuel, so we are now trying to avoid my wrong turn again. We're now doing the muddy, sticky route across here, back to the same delivery location, not very far. So yes, unfortunately coming into dark again. The continuity issue with the time earlier on, unfortunately it didn't put us to morning, it took us from midnight to late afternoon, which is a bit annoying. But needs must, I had to answer the door. I'll try and do this without dropping the cargo. I think part of the reason I dropped that cargo last time, looking back and editing the footage, is I haven't done a lot with the semi-trailers recently, and I kind of got out of the habit of going wide, because you're that used to dolly trailers following the line of the truck. I kind of forgot that semi-trailers cut corners, and therefore if you're on a corner you need to take the truck a little bit wider to give the semi room to move. I just need to drive a bit more steady and be a bit more mindful of the type of trailer I've got fitted. Don't like that. Side of the trailer to a tree. Keep it upright, mate. Keep it upright. Because I can't afford to be dragging a thirsty girl behind every large cargo that I carry. I'm going to get in the habit of dropping them. Well, that might have been a shortcut through there, but I'll stick to the trail. Nearly there, but it's just slow going. I wonder if the Azov with a low saddle would be better for this type of job. Right. There we are. Would have been a nice screenshot if it was daylight. Engine off. Cargo delivery. So this should be complete of this oil rig site. Equipment. Drilling equipment delivery. Done. 7.5 grand. Not bad. So let's have a quick look now at what that means to us. We've still got to get a large cargo container down here. I'm not entirely sure which route I like for that. I'm half tempted. I've got to collect it from here. I'm half tempted to do the quarry route, come in through this south entrance and deliver it, rather than because this road I just drove across isn't very nice, is it? For such a big cargo, it's really not. But let's have a quick look at, did that unlock anything? Supply and demand. What I want to check is whether there's anything that I can unload at this site before I take my vehicles away. It doesn't look like there's a loading platform here yet. So this derrick delivery is an oil rig drill. I'll accept it. It has to be delivered where I am now. And I'm pretty sure you get that from Drownedlands. I think that's the only place to get it, is the Drownedlands garage. So whichever vehicle I take, whether it's the Taiga or the Azov, we'll have to haul that across 3 maps. But in the meantime, I think I should complete this one. But I am tempted to do it via quarry. And the way to do that, so I don't need these trucks here, I don't believe. So I think what I'll do, yeah, I don't think I need these trucks here to collect anything. So what is their relative fuel? This one's down to 60 litres. And then the Taiga, you can tell from the map, Taiga is still half full. So I think what I'll do is haul them back to this area in convoy. Nah, it's more trouble than it's worth. But I'm nearly out of fuel. I'm going to take some fuel from the Taiga into the Azov. And then I'm going to get the Azov back separately. And drive the Taiga back after. But I'll probably cut to when they're both there. Okay, so here we are back at garage. Slight continuity break again because I had to close the game down again for a real life distraction that happened. That I was playing at the wrong time of day, really. I just shouldn't have bothered. But I had to do a little bit of fuel shenanigans to get back. The Taiga ran out of fuel basically. So the Azov drove back, dropped its trailer off, filled its fuel tank, went, dumped some fuel in the Taiga. It wasn't far away, it's just near the stream. But I figure we've got one more big delivery to do. I've slightly lost track of time, so I'll have to hope I can make this episode work in terms of time. But I'm going to use the Azov to deliver down to the Sawmill. And refuel from this one as well. So yeah, the Azov, not really any slight on the Taiga. The Taiga's fine with this trailer on. But I don't think I've got anything else for the Azov to do right now, so I may as well use it to move this trailer with the final delivery of the episode. It's nice to mix things up a bit. That's probably far enough for that crane to reach, to be honest. It's got some reach on it, but let's just try and get this in a little bit closer. Yeah, that'll do. So engine off, jump over into the Paystar. So cargo, engine, crane mode. Beautiful job. That might be the last of these that we need to load, but I'll leave the crane here anyway for now. Back to cargo. And this time, I'm not going to mess around. So this has got to go down to this part of the map. I'm not going to mess around with this twisty, muddy bit. It's perfectly feasible to do that. And if this bridge wasn't out, it would be obvious to just go straight down through this map to that south side. But I think I'm going to detour via the quarry, like I did with the concrete slabs. This isn't quite as viable because it's the other side of the south end of this map. But I still think it's a more enjoyable drive. If I end up time-lapsing it in the dark, it won't make a lot of difference in terms of the episode. But it's a route that I prefer driving. So I'm going to hang a left out of this garage. Oh. Bash my chin on the asphalt as I go past. And get this down to the sawmill. And with the couple of breaks in recording, I have lost track of how much time I've recorded. So this may end up being slightly shorter than normal as an episode, depending on the footage that I've got to work with. Feels like good progress though. There can't be a lot left. I know there's a contest, maybe 2, in Zimnegorsk. I also know there's a task to pick up some. I think they might be spare parts, maybe consumables. But there's a task to pick up some stuff. Maybe it's consumables in Zimnegorsk, and then that's it. So it might be that the next episode we 100% complete Zimnegorsk. There's probably a logging contract, to be fair, so maybe not the next episode. I think there is a logging delivery in Zimnegorsk, and I haven't looked at the logging in any detail yet, but I remember looking to confirm that there wasn't any logging to do for Rift, and I think when I did that I noticed that there is at least one that needs to be delivered into Zimnegorsk. Let's just mark and make sure that I know where I'm going for this one. So I'm going to go all the way to there and then down through this route and into the quarry from that side. And there's maybe a time lapse depending on the length of the episode I've got. Just drove past it, didn't I? I marked it and then drove past it anyway. What a bloody nightmare I am. What's my best way to do this now? Back it all the way. That's a bit far for me. 60 meters. Can I back that? Oh, no, 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 no. Don't be doing that kind of nonsense. What am I like? Just drove right past. You know what? Do you know why I drove past that? In my head, I was thinking about the special expedition that I teased in the last episode. In my head, I was calculating what I would need to do to get that done, and whether or not to record that as the next episode after this. So I wasn't concentrating on what I was meant to be doing in this episode. Damn idiot. Right, this time I'll take the correct turning and focus on the job in hand. Been a bit of a distracting, funny old day for me today. This episode's been a bit broken up. I normally record them in one session, know what I want to do at the start, but it doesn't always go to plan, but at least in my head I know what it was I wanted to do. Whereas this one has just jumped around a little bit and I'm a bit distracted, I suppose. This trailer does tilt a lot. I'm not blaming the trailer for me dropping it in the last episode, but it does throw itself around more than other trailers, I think. I wonder if it's got like a narrow wheelbase. If you were to complain to the manufacturers, they'd probably say, why are you dragging it through off-road content, you idiot? So I know it's got mixed views from people, but one truck that I think would be useful for something like this is the twin steer. 4 slots, rigid, 8-wheel drive. Get the all-wheel drive upgrade for it, and then it's 8-wheel drive. And I think it would be quite good for this type of thing. The only weakness for it, as with many trucks, is that it can't self-load. So, and if you drop it, it's a rescue job anyway, because these big containers are a bit much for the blue crane, in my opinion. So it's definitely a longer route. There's no question of that. I feel like I might be there by now if I'd have stuck with doing the delivery in Zimnegorsk. But it's also a less risky route with less places to get stuck. And there we are, back in Zimnegorsk. Of course it puts me on the wrong side. I'd like to be on the other road really, but meh. And what time is it? Not too bad, probably be morning by the time we get there to the sawmill. Or 3:30 AM in game. But yeah, it's looking pretty much done, isn't it? There's not a lot left in this map. Lights on. So follow this trail. I'm not going to bother trying to turn it round. Let's just double check that I know where I want to go. That's not a very nice piece of road, but I think it's all much of a muchness really. So down here, across here, and in. Feel like I'm missing something with this bit. Maybe I'll try going a bit wider than I did last time, because that's just a sticky, swampy mess in the middle. Yeah, that's a bit better to get through that. There we go, coming into a bit of daylight, just as we arrive at the sawmill. Not bad. This probably has taken me longer than I expected for this episode, between the two cuts. So I suspect there'll be some fairly dramatic editing required. This is this task I'm doing. Yeah, so the edits might be a little bit raw. See how we do. But that is... I'm assuming going to open up planks collection from here. Engine off. Deliver sawmill. Sawmill opened. 5.5 grand. Yeah, it's alright. Money's pretty good in Tamium. I gotta say, I'm quite pleased with the money. I'm not going to do much with this, but I'm just going to have a look and make sure I do know what that opened up. But it probably is just wooden planks, I would think. Now, I don't think we've done any wooden plank deliveries here, so I don't feel like that's... Yeah, wooden planks is all. Beer delivery, that's a time trial. 4 contests on this map. I'm not liking that. Okay, this is going to take a bit longer than I expected to finish. 4 different contests on this map. All delivery missions. So pier, they need 4 wooden planks, so obviously you would have had to do this for that. Cement. Cement you've got to find in the wilderness by the look of it. That's a bit mean. Oil field. 2 metal beams. Get them from there. Oh, that's quite a lot of fuel needed if you want to do that, isn't it? But to do all of these. And then warehouse, more wooden planks delivered up to the warehouse. Ouch. Those are probably all as of jobs, I would think. Probably all of them would be as of jobs. But I don't know whether I would want to do that with this trailer or go back to the 2+2 configuration. And then lost instruments is to pick up bits from all over the map. So I think I need to bring some fuel down to this south side of the map to be able to do those contests. So that changes things a little bit. Zimnegorsk, finishing Zimnegorsk is a bit more probably than I can do in another episode. Didn't realise there were 4, but maybe 1 or 2. Main contract wise, if you look at it, most of this stuff is ticked off now. Stuff to get from other maps to bring into here. All the ones I haven't activated yet are logging related. Fuel trailer, wooden planks, that's in Drownlands though. I know that one, that's easy. Yeah, some delivery stuff. Then Tiger Royal has only got one more thing left to do, which, as I said before, I think is you pick it up in Drownlands and drag it across 3 maps to deliver it to Zimnegorsk. So that might be the one that I do in the next episode. We'll see. But yeah, there's a bit more to do here than I've appreciated with these contests, which is a bit of a bummer. Okay, so with a nice bit of sunrise coming in, I'm going to wrap the episode here. That's enough. Probably too much time recorded for me. I thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all in the next one. And in the meantime, thank you and goodbye.